everybody, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. I am going to record a whole bunch of videos all at once, hopefully. My goal is 3 videos of Disco tonight. It's already 11:32. We'll see how that goes. So, if you leave any suggestions down in the comments, I'm sorry, I won't be able to listen to them right away. But I will read them and try to respond. Thank you. Alright. We didn't do the autopsy, right? The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath. First, what exactly is a field autopsy? Come on, officer. He pulls on a pair of latex gloves. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them. What you do know is that 18.9 kilometers... Wait, kilometers? Yeah. The dormant shield volcano Corpus Mundi is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single Et Puis Dangsang to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea. Why don't you know what use are you? He's talking to himself here, right? Clap your gloved hands, let's get in there. There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves, he nods approvingly. However, you're lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity. Right, words, I have them. In my brain, in my eyes, out of my mouth. That was the wrong order. I don't know. What do you mean? I mean when I need you to. What? Until then, I should handle physical contact and you should take notes. Ooh, good idea. We just fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy form in your ledger. That's right, he nods. Yeah, we got this. We're smart. Open your ledger at the field autopsy form. The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Oh, it's been just long enough for me to record that I get anxiety over it, and I can't breathe. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with... Why would I jump ahead? Okay, begin. 1 assistant. That's you. Right, Harry Dubois. The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings. Just lies there. The next box says, coroner's case number. KK570803.0815. Logic, cool. Okay, KK equals Kim Kitsuragi, 57, precinct 57, followed by his date, 803. Okay, sorry, trying to remember if I said that correct. Okay, and time of arrival, 8:15 on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials. Okay, that's so kind, thanks. Shouldn't we file the coroner's case under me? Technically, I arrived at the scene before you. No, we'll just go with Kim. He's a good boy. I don't think he's trying to pull one over on me. Next, name. N.A. Next, date of birth. N.A. Age. The man corrects his glasses. Roughly 50. Try 40. The damage is so extensive it's better to err on the young side. I'm gonna write 42. About 42. He nods. Race? Mondale. Fair to olive skin from the Isola of Mundi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish. Write it down. The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither Mondale or anything other. Sex? Fucky fuck. Wait, fucky fucky. Okay. The little monster exclaims energetically. Male. Pig's gonna have sex? Right male, obviously. Okay. This game sometimes, jeez. Nor does he look male with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face. Date of death. We're still going with March 4th, 51. 040351. What else? He looks over your shoulder. Body identified by is not applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case. Coroner's case number? Listens. Motionless. Oh, that's his name. That's what he, okay. So it's a reference to him as a name would be. Okay. There we go. Motionless with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains. Evidence of treatment. None. At least not after the initial examination. What is treatment anyway? Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over? No, but didn't we decide that he was definitely died from hanging the last time? I don't know, it's been like 10 days. My memory's not so great. Alright, no opinion. What's next? He places his gloved hand on the dead man's chest, as if in preparation. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic? Siri, help me. What is this word? Religious in nature. A holdout from pre-Delorian brutal rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform, then... We should start the postmortem. Turn the page. The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on a red copier paper tries to answer why. External examination summary. Clothes, he begins. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. He makes the briefs... The make of the briefs is barbrodine, I think. Let's see. He turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label. See, it's happening. Barbrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M, color white. The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid. Write it down. The boots are ceramic. Vitreous enamel. They fuse to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing. Write down. The boot has a serial number. He twists the dead man's foot. It's E5010010000. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. Oh, right. We discussed this last time. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Write it down. Tattoos. He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body. The upper torso is covered in a single continuous tattoo resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The system has a color photograph of the markings. There we go. To be added to the case file as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene using Trigot Mini. The deceased... Oh, write it down. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow, length 3 meters. There's a buckle on the other end. Write it down. He produces a measuring tape. Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.80 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing. Write it down. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. He kneels in to get a better look. The deceased had male pattern baldness. His hair is combed back. Short. Why would I touch the corpse's hair? That's gross. Write it down. Short, light brown, male, pattern baldness. Lividity is consistent with hanging, albeit faint, as noted. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity. Fucking low velocity. Chink chonk? The kid explodes. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. He's such an asshole. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity. The lieutenant pays no heed. In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation. Write down. Ligature mark. The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With the other hand pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut. Still wiring, he concedes, breathless. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark. You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters. That's creepy. Good thing we got these chain cutters. Pull out the rubber grip chain cutters. Always good to think ahead. Now, he points to the rope squeezing the dead man's neck. I got that feeling of like a popcorn kernel stuck in my throat, but I haven't had popcorn since yesterday, so it'd be kind of weird for anything to be in there. Boop. We need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can. See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off. No, he ain't. See, looks blasé. Your pig's a boring fuck. Yes, I'm Kudo's pig, I agree. I'm not your pig, kiddo. Look for a good spot to cut. I won't be able to get it? Let's look for a good spot. The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east. Gross. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there. Steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose. Oh cool. I got it heightened because I looked for a good spot. That's nice. Yay! I did it! After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot, tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow. Press down. Snap! The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it. The lieutenant kneels closer, running his fingers along the dark red groove until there's a gap. The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consisting with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Write it down. Chest is intact. He presses down on it. Normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant. Pelvis intact. Genitalia. He pulls down the man's underpants. Now it's gonna happen, see? I fucking knew it. Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury. Write it down and move on. Back is symmetrical and intact. He struggles to turn the corpse on his side. Upper and lower extremities are intact but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin. From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty. This scarring is extensive, way more than a law official's. Is it? It's long, active. Okay, sure. The scarring is extensive, way more than law officials. He nods. We have a real museum here of battles, wars. Write it down. Last item, hands. He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. Let the lieutenant work. Hands are clean. He inspects the wrist. No sign of recent struggle. Are we expecting any? I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, the stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Write it down. Ooh, he turns to the side to breathe. It's not enough. He buries his face in the sleeve of his jacket. You hear a muffled voice. That's all for the external. Well done. What next? I love Kim. I always find like 1 or 2 characters in a game, and I just like latch onto them for dear life. I love Kim. Internal examination summary. Central nervous system, he says, then concludes abruptly. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system? Of course, there's a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story. No, thanks. Nope. Right, NA. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from his mouth. He gets close to the swollen mouth hole, eyes squinting from the fumes. Not injury related. Eyes and tongues protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see. With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous. That's so gross. That's disgusting. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night. So I guess that means it's broken. Yeah, jack that fucker off. That's so weird. You kids are weird. The hyoid bone is fractured, he says after a while. The rest of the muscular system is intact. Unremarkable. Write it down. Back hunched, as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws, respiratory system. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen, hemorrhaging present in the mucus of the lips and mouth. Ew. I'm gonna look inside this time. Look inside the dead man's mouth. No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the dark inside. It's humid there, sickly sweet air unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his. Ew. Look deeper inside. Oh, gross. It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach into your mouth. You're forced to swallow, just to keep looking. Inside you see darkness, just a mess of meat and darkness. Mute silence as always. The lieutenant lets go of the jaws. The mouth snaps shut before you. Oops, sorry. Hemorrhaging present in mucus, he repeats impatiently. Well, I guess that was not a good idea. Write it down. He wipes his brow. Hepatobiliary. NA. Why, don't we have anything? He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust. Are you a hepatobiliary expert? I don't think so. Neither am I. I'll write it down. Whatever. Same for toxology and serology. Cardiovascular. I don't like questioning Kim. I like Kim. I just want to give him a hug and do whatever he says. That's me. My relationship with anybody I'm fond of. Submit. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with a hanging. Write it down. Gastrointestinal. He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around. To the ground, to the pool of feces there. This will do. Then he touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen, briefly, and says, digested, semi-solid food and stomach. Voila. Write down, omit the voila. What's next on the list? Description of injuries. Summary. Let's see. He tilts his head. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too. Be thorough if you want maximum results. Bite marks. He nods. Head, chest, and scalp. Bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. An odontologist does not need to be consulted. Write it down. In your opinion, officer, beneath the description there are 2 boxes waiting to be ticked. Fatal opinion, fatal injury. Non-fatal post-mortem. Agreed. Next injury. Contusions. So the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammation response. A perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem. At maximum velocity, fucko. He confessed to causing it at maximum velocity. Write it down. I love Kim. Sorry. I should stop saying that. It's bound to get annoying by now. Oh, for a second, I thought I hadn't pushed record. I was about to cry. Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath the description of injury, 2 boxes. Non-fatal post-mortem. Right. Next. What's the 4th field? What's the 4th injury field for? Nothing. Just in case. Ligature mark. Finish the autopsy. A dark red a braided ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No sign of clawing on the neck. Write it down. Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side, awaiting your judgment. The ring around his neck is visible. Think for a moment. There's time. Don't rush. Well, then it would be fatal, right? No signs of clawing, though. Why is that important? He didn't struggle. Obviously. I think that it's what killed him, but I don't think he was conscious when it killed him. That's my opinion. Fatal injury. That's it. He cracks an uneasy smile. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned, but it's a start. Ooh, yay. New skill point. Cool. He produces a small black plastic roll from his jacket, a body bag. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over. First, how did it go? Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. What else? A look experience for me. We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy. What now? I need a copy of that autopsy form, and I'll drive him to Faubourg. Faubourg? Rip out a copy of the autopsy pages. For processing. He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, then at the corpse again. You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse. Oh no, that means we're going to do things without Kim for a while? No, my Kim. You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse. I already did that. Read that. Whoopsie. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something. Huh. White check, you may retry it. It's a very low chance, which sucks. But that means there's something to be found, right? Let's do inland first and see if that somehow makes this more likely to... whatever. Tell me who you are, dead man. Oh, nice. Can I save? No, I can't save during a conversation, right? Oh, I can't. No, I can't. Damn it. But, I can say, let's come back, and then save. We could retry it infinite times. Maybe I'll consider it. I'm gone. Where have you gone? Into the wild pell yonder. Where's that? In the past, way out in the west. I can see you're gone, but who are you? I'm a joke. Look at me. There's nothing funny about you. There's nothing funny about jokes either. What does that mean? Who were you when you were alive? A killer, a motherfucker, and a killer. I have another question for you. Go ahead, Kobo. Kobo? Kobo? What is happening? What do you mean? Talking to you. It's the power of your black, frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips. Imagination. Go ahead, ask me more questions. You fucking love questions. Why do I love questions so much? Because you're a Rooney? Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions? Yes, give me questions. Here you go, you loony. Is my name Rooney? Fuck no, you're no Rooney. Ronnie? Rooney? Rooney is not who I am. I'm Harry. No, you're not a Harry either. You're a motherfucker. That's who you are. Rooney the motherfucker. Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible? Because you have. I hate you. You stink and you're boring. Do I remind you of someone? A child born with Muller's disease, Harlequinism, grown up miraculously. I don't know what that is. I don't know what Muller's disease is. Well, I guess we'll go with that because it popped up for some reason, right? A baby affected with Harlequinism. You sure wiggled out of that one, Capelloni. Oh, sure. Enough. Let's leave, right? And then they could come right back to this. And it auto-saved. Thanks. But I'm going to for sure save. I'm going to really save. I'm going to give this a good old hard save. Yeah, this is getting weird. Alright, the man is decomposing visibly now. Every hour he looks a little less... He looks less like a creature and more like a pile of intestines. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath. Oh, what? What? I only had to try like 13 times. I was going to go until 100, honestly. Unless I got really bored and it took me a really long time. That took maybe 5 minutes? Wow! I was really about to put a point into perception. I'm so pleased. I wasn't sure how pleased I'd be with getting the answer. But I did it! I'm extremely happy. Brute force. That's how I play life. Cool. Super cool. Your arm reaches out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, dead flesh through your latex gloves. It's right under the palm of your hand. Okay, it's weird to be saying this with this happy voice that I have, and I'm sorry. I know it's not something to be happy about. What is this? His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat swollen lips. Like a rubber spider, your gloved hand crawls on his features. Everything is silent all around. Do I have to do one of these? Crawl up his nostrils? What? I'm going to save that one for last. Squeeze his nose. You pick it between your fingers. The mass feels large, very porous somehow. Keep crawling, lest you break it. Crawling? Put my fingers in his mouth. The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop. Ew! That's sick. Open eyes and look. A vision of black and dark red, pried open by your hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's... Pry open your eyes and look. Okay. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from his throat, and there in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate, you see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished, no larger than 0.4 centimeter in a radius. The edges appear darkened. An abrasion collar. This is what we're after. What is an abrasion collar? Say abrasion collar. Abrasion collar. Kim looks in there. There's a pen in his hand. His notebook is opened at the copy paper. Kuno is silent. Is he silent? Does he say silent? Does he say Kuno is silent? Touch it with your fingers gently. A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound. Put your finger in. Your index finger fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh. Ew. Ew. Very little actually grosses me out this much. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up, tissue damage, wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem. The fuck is happening? Oh shit, see? Feel around first. The basal ganglia feels clumpy. When entered here has torn apart. Oh, what? I don't know why I thought it said when. I guess my brain saw WH skipped over and went straight for the EN. A part of his reptilian complex. This man will never sleep again, never awake. Push deeper. Your yellow fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres. There's a cavity cut right between the hemispheres. Lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper. fucking cavity, see? Kuno's voice is hushed. Push deeper. Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow. Wiggle in. Your fingers reach towards his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Ew. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper, until you feel it on the tip of your finger. Ice-cold, serrated metal. Its edges cut right through the latex and into your finger. If this guy was stabbed to death, that's one person. Fish it out. No, fuck! Fuck, if I fail that, it's gonna be the worst. Because I haven't been able to save again since... Oh, I'll be so upset. Okay. Ooh, it cut me. Ouchies. I feel a solid object right under the skull. Can you get to it? He searches his pockets for something. Inspect the skull first. There's a tiny crack, a protrusion in the cranium, right in the back of his head. Your fingers must be pointing straight at it, from the inside. The object that is there has stopped just short of the skull in the encephalus, knocking this tiny fracture into the cranium. We have the makings of a very small exit wound here. The lieutenant leans closer. Forget about the fucking exit wound, chonk. The pig is wearing him like a fucking puppet. Ooh, that's a bad visual, you sicko. Ooh, I could come back, right? I could come back, right? 97% chance. That was the year I was born. We got this, right? Okay. Fucking good. I was really afraid that it wasn't going to work. Okay. You pick the object between your index and middle finger. It feels sharp like metal. With your face twisting from pain and concentration, all you need to do is just slowly pull your fingers out. The inside of the head feels cold and smooth like a glove as you pull out, sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth. The garden glove is covered in blood right up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower, a blossom made of lead. It's a bullet, not a stab wound. Fucking beautiful. Somebody shot this man. He did not die the way we thought. A bullet. The lieutenant puts a small bag marked evidence under it. Drop it in. The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smatter of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says, "Unknown caliber, rifled, some kind of brittle alloy fractured on impact." Oh boy. Okay, never mind. Okay, I was gonna say, I hope it didn't somehow come from my gun, but it didn't because the body was already there before we got here. That would be silly. I want it, but the lieutenant's gonna go turn the body in, right? Shouldn't we give it to the lieutenant? Keep it, lieutenant, as a gift. No, you deserve it. We can log it later. The lieutenant drops the bag in your hand. It feels light. He turns to his notebook. We need to add an item to the injury list. Item, not item. Injury number 4. Oral entry wound with an abrasion collar. Soft palate. Back of mouth. What is an abrasion collar? High velocity, temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occupant. Occupant? He underlines the injury forcefully. How does that sound? Just nod. We're gonna play cool like Lieutenant Cool over here. Say nothing, just nod. Opinion, fatal injury. What? Oh, we thought that was... Well, it might not have killed him, right? It could have just... whatever. Agreed. Click, click goes the pen. And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3. Ligament mark. No opinion. New opinion. Non-fatal post-mortem treatment. He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact. Yeah, that sounds right to me. Treatment. The ligament mark, the fractured hyoid bone. It was all treatment. Yes, and the belt around his neck, the hanging, even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead. You think so? I did not just come up with this. I've had my doubts since you showed me the tracks, officer. Why did they carry him over? Why not march him? There's no satisfactory explanation. No, I agree with the lieutenant. Secret task complete. Find the bullet before you get fooled. Ooh, cool. There have been other signs too. Small details. Everything is too neatly designed for us to assign probable cause here as we did, foolhardily. Well, no more. So I guess if I had done this first and then went to talk to them, I could have been like, no, this was definitely one person's fault, and then y'all covered it up. There have been other signs too, small details. Everything is too neatly designed for us to assign probable cause here as we did foolhardily. Well, no more. Okay. There is, of course, the very real possibility he was both shot and hanged. Who would do this? That's for us to find out. But it will make finding them just a little easier. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I need to finish a game because I've bought more games to play. And I really want to play them. But I have to finish one, at least one first before I start another game. Maybe the bullet holds more answers. Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I'm certain it has more to tell us. Hand-eye coordination. This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it. I think I need to wash myself. Ooh, I got a new task! Yay, tasks! Oh, he nods. You really, really do. I'm glad to hear you say that. Your room and the whirling of rags should come in with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening. Oh, right, because I gotta pay again every night. Don't I? Is it 100 every night? Because that seems like a lot. What happens next? We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my Knema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day. You'll be gone? What should I do in the meanwhile? Work on the case and tend to personal matters? Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. He looks you in the eye. Great work, detective. Tutorial agent. After you bag the corpse, Kim will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks and even main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan is exit accordingly. Yeah, I was probably supposed to do this way earlier on the game, like 8 episodes ago, but... But also I have yellow gloves now, so... Let's bag him. Take him away. The lieutenant takes the body away. You work alone for the rest of the day. Cool. Alright. He takes out a shiny black body bag and starts pulling the plastic over the dead man's face. I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands, I'll take the legs. Bag the corpse and drag it to the motor carriage. Glad I don't have to watch that. Our poor Kim is gone. Oh, sad face. Alright, what is this? Okay. How do we look at stuff again? Use the interact button. What interact button? Oh, this button. I forgot. I know I had done it before, but I couldn't remember how. An intricate web of blue lines stretched across the torso of the hanged man from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time the lines intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading... That's my knee. I wanted to see if you could see it. You can. A small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. That actually sounds really cool. It still kind of looks like a map of the stars in the night sky, but something's not right. Who are you? Gone. What's the meaning of this tattoo? For you to discover. You've gotten as far as you will with assistance. Someone who knows about history could tell you. Put the photo away. Maybe the bookkeeper? Interact. The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found. What do I do with you, bullet? The squished little thing has no idea. I know. You should find the gun that shot this bullet. Oh, thanks. Eat it. I wonder if he actually would. Not gonna risk it because that 3% check we managed to strong arm our way into passing. Find the gun that shot it. Sell it for profit. It's my friend. I'm gonna start talking to it. It will keep me company while Kimmy's gone. Find the gun that shot it. That sounds like something a police detective would do. First, you should learn all you can about this little guy. Then find the gun that shot it, and the person who that gun belongs to. You used it to kill out your victim. Neato. Feel the bullet through the bag. The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold, even through the bag. You wouldn't ordinarily have cause to handle jacketed bullets. The citizens' militia use cast bullets only. Little pebbles of metal loaded from the muzzle, usually in a cartridge. I don't know what that means. I won't be able to acknowledge it in the next episode because I'm going to record it right away. But could somebody tell me what it's talking about? Because I don't know anything about guns or bullets. Inspect the bullet closer. The jacket of the bullet is made of yellowish metal and is blossomed out to reveal a dark gray core. The case of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter. Look at the jacket. You can just about make a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear, feel standard. I have to sneeze. JK. I guess I just had to breathe a lot. And the core? It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound. What's interesting about the bullet thus far? It's a jacketed bullet close to 5 millimeters in diameter. Test updated, find the murder weapon. Okay. A jacketed bullet, which would have been shot from a military-grade breeching-loading rifle, not a muzzle loader like those typically found on the streets of Martinez. Well, that seems like it narrows it down, huh? And I got experience, yay. Very interesting. You have an unusual military-grade bullet in your hand. Now all you need is to find a gun that could fire it. I already did it once this episode, but I want to do it again, where I just do it over and over and over again until I get it. We're more likely to get this one than we were the other one, so. Bill has nothing more to say, put it away. No? Okay. Give me. Oh, my keyboard is being a jerk. I don't know what my keyboard's problem is lately, but he keeps not behaving. Alright, to be expected. I didn't use my keyboard at all that time. Why didn't I do that? It's much faster if I use my keyboard. You silly banana. You silly bean of a banana. Banana bean. That sounds funny. Failed. How? How are you still failing? I did better on the 3% one this, probably. I mean, I probably should have already gotten it, right? Because it's like, what, a 42% chance of getting it? 28! Oh my god, where did I get my information from? Ha! I don't know why I thought it was 45. I was like, that's almost 50. I should have gotten it by now. I was incorrect. Alright. A rifle, Revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46 millimeter from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique. Make. The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Bellmangrave rifle, a Revacholian manufacturer. The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulian theater of the anti-centennial revolution 50 years ago. Is anyone still making these rifles? No, but Ziegler, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war. So there are still a lot of these old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling. Who uses Bellmagrave rifles these days? Let's see how many times I can mess up this name. Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jam rock bangers. You're looking for a well-preserved antique, most likely. Put the bullet away. Alright, coolio. I really hope that our experience isn't capped until we spend a skill point. I really hope that, because I'd put it off, and that'd make me sad. Alright, I really like this. Reconstructs crime scenes, makes laws of physics work for the law. Yeah, I really like that. Composure. This one's also pretty good, but we already have some in it, right? Oh, wait, we already have some in this, too. And logic as well, but we already put an extra point down. Okay, let's put an extra point in this one, just because I really want to make sure we get all of the ones of these that we can, because I like it. Wait, I have 5 skill points? That seems unreasonable, right? No, that's not right, right? Is it? Oh. When did I get that many skill points? And why haven't I been spending them? This was actually also pretty good. Can I have a description? Oh, info, here we are. Cool for trick shooters, snipers, and jugglers. Loves the interactions between you and things that fly in the air. Oh. Mob bosses shoot straight and understand firearms intimately. Want to know the precise make and mark of a pistol? Oh, dispose your weapon in your hand. Okay, no. This isn't what I thought it was. It worked for the bullet, but that's because it's gun related, so. Meh. Hear and smell everything. Meh. Encyclopedia. Call upon your knowledge. Produce fascinating trivia. I don't want fascinating trivia. Practice the art of persuasion. Enjoy rigorous intellectual discourse. What does that even mean? Oh, it's that thing that taunts me all the time. Meh. Don't like drama. Understand creativity. See art in the world. Meh. Okay. Let's do this. This. One in this. And let's do one in something else, because... What is this? Play the puppet master? I don't find myself very charming. Straighten your back, keep your poker face. What is this? Oh, keep my morale up. I don't want to threaten anybody. What does this do? Cool, people. Enables you to put up a strong front, keeps your emotions hidden from the world, and helps you... I guess I do have a lot of composure in my own self. Tinkerers, instrument players. Let's put it in this one. Cool. That's all of it? Yeah, it is. Cool. Alright. Prove my authority. I'm gonna wait for Kim. I don't want to get my authority proved. Where's the rest of the armor? Alright. Run the number on the victim's armor. Well, Kim's not here, so I can't use his thingy. Ask about tattoos, possible meaning. Who can I ask about that? Wash off death smell. Oh, farm. Okay. 2 signatures. Remember, put the clothes in the trash. We could go talk to Joyce again. That's definitely something we could do. Did I get another one of these? Temporary research bonus. Ace is high. I don't know. Let's just like research it and find out, right? Oh wait, we can't? Oh, these are unlockable. How do I unlock them? Where are these? -1 encyclopedia. No, I wanted to keep this one because we get a lot of orbs. Learning cap for Volition raised to 5. Meh, I might get rid of that one. It's meh. I don't seem to need my morale healed all that much, and I have morale healing items, a lot of them. Let's... Can you forget? You have to forget it with a skill point? Oh, regret. I thought it was just something I could do for funsies. Well, there's that. What's this on the floor? Is it just some trash? Hey, this drunk guy moved places. You poor old men. I'll find your ball one of these days. No? You don't want to talk? Okay, I wasn't paying much attention. I probably should have. Is this the owner of the shop? Or is this somebody else? Ah, no! Working class woman. You see a sturdy woman humming to herself. She seems to be browsing books. A good one. Point at the book. Yes, hello. She nods her attention, fully focusing on reading. Who are you?
No one. I'm just a working class woman.
Okay. If she's a working class woman, why isn't she working? Shouldn't a working class woman be working?
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something to read. It is.
Good, good nod. It is. Okay. I'm a policeman. Do you need the help? She tries hard to focus on the book stand. What with? A lot of things, for example. People tend to go missing. Maybe your husband's missing. My husband? No, he's not. Where could he be? I don't know. At home now. Out drinking with his friends? Working? So what I'm hearing is you don't really know where your husband is. Yes, but... She looks around and takes a deep breath, a little annoyed. I don't really need to know where my husband is. Not all the time. Wouldn't you like to? No. She looks you straight in the eye. Her right foot is tapping nervously. I can totally help you finding your missing husband. Suit yourself then. I don't really care if your husband's missing. Maybe you're right. Maybe he's... I'm gonna keep pushing on because it's weird that it's an option to continue. Sorry, I bumped my mic. Because it's weird to continue, that we can continue, you know what I mean? I can only help you find your missing husband. Why are we still talking about this? I haven't lost my husband. It's gotta be something else then. Why else would you be asking her if it wasn't? Maybe your children are missing? No, absolutely not. Her words come out quick as gunshots. Okay, so where are they? Are you a policeman or a nanny? She's definitely disturbed by now. I police whatever I want. Where are they? They're not missing, sir. You know where they are. They're at home, smoking, giving the ladder of vices a chance. Okay, great. Just making sure. I see, thanks. Watch her browse books. Her hands move over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough, stained with yellow. It seems like she has spent a lot of time at work smoking. Maybe your cockatoo's missing. I don't mean to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here. What do you mean I'm being a cockatoo? Nothing. Go read up on them if you're so interested. There's a great book in the bookstore. Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain or your heraldic bird? I want a task. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. Thanks for the tip. Wonderful. The store is open. That's all for the moment. I'll let you read. The woman before you nods and returns to her reading. I will take this. You memorize the title. Lose 87, Radio City seems important. To get a skill point and use it, and use it on, I like reaction speed. Actually, I maybe should put one in there because it does pop up quite often, but I like it when it pops up and it's like, boom, and I'm like, yay, that worked for me. Alright, see you later, lady. Sorry I bothered you so much. It was on purpose. Hey, lady. Do you got some information?
Esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Can I have a book on cockatoos, please? A book about cockatoos. There should be one upstairs right next to the shelf of biographies. Farewell now, book peddler. Oh, what am I talking about? That old lady, what is her name? Janice, maybe? Janet? I don't know. She would know history stuff. Wait, what did the lady say? Where is it? Is it here? I don't want to buy Dick Mullen. No. Are you my book on cockatoos? From A to Zreek. A guide to a well-behaved cockatoo. A sulfur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open. It looks as if the bird is calling out the book title. From A to Zreek, a guide to well-behaved cockatoos. Flip through the pages. Turns out that there are so many different cockatoo species, and they all have behavioral problems. You don't have behavioral problems. That's garbage. You're cool. You do have behavioral problems, but I'm trying to amend that. What about this guide to cockatoos, storekeeper? It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I heard they're quite capricious. I don't want to steal it. I have money. I want to buy the guide. Oh, a nature enthusiast. Good choice. I knew it was a good idea to keep that around. I probably should have read this task that I got. Before just buying a book willy-nilly. Items. There's no book in here. Oh, this book. This is how I make time pass, though. And I don't want that yet. Maybe if I use it to make time pass, then it'll tell me stuff. Alright, let's go talk to Janice, or Janet, or boat lady, whatever you want to call her. Ooh, it's actually an hour. We're an hour in. So, actually, we'll talk to Janice in the next episode. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and playing with me. I really like this game. Probably way more than I should, considering half the things I don't understand. But, you know, that's how you learn, is by just being completely ill-informed. I'll see y'all next time. Bye!